What really happened to Ariana? The Dumbledore family tragedy. Part 1. The girl who loved magic. In 1885, Percival and Kendra Dumbledore welcomed their third child, a daughter named Ariana. She was the youngest sister of Albus and Aberforth. From early childhood, Ariana showed extraordinary magic. She was sweet, gentle, and joyful. She loved practicing spells in the backyard of their home in Mold on the Wold, making flowers bloom and pebbles dance. Her brothers adored her. But innocence, in a world that feared what it didn't understand, was dangerous. Part 2. The day everything changed. Ariana was 6 years old. It was a bright afternoon when she wandered into the backyard to practice her magic. She didn't know she was being watched. Behind the hedge, hidden from view, 3 Muggle boys had spotted her. They had seen the sparks, the dancing pebbles, the impossible things she could do. Eager and unafraid, the boys pushed through the hedge and confronted her. They demanded she show them how to do magic. But Ariana, young and confused, couldn't explain it. Magic wasn't a trick she could teach. It simply was. The boys grew angry. Their curiosity turned to cruelty. They attacked her. What they did to that 6-year-old girl is never fully described in the histories. But the result was catastrophic. Ariana was left broken, not in body alone, but deep within her soul. She never smiled the same way again. Part 3. The monster within. After the attack, Ariana's magic changed. It no longer responded to her will. Instead, it turned inward, curdling into something dark and dangerous. Whenever Ariana felt anger, fear, or frustration, her magic exploded outward in violent, uncontrollable bursts. She became an obscurial, a witch or wizard who suppresses their magic due to trauma, creating a parasitic force inside them called an obscurus. This force was like a wild beast chained within her small body, waiting to break free. She was no longer the sweet girl who made flowers bloom. She was terrified of herself. She begged her mother not to make her do magic. She flinched at loud noises. She spent hours curled in corners, rocking back and forth. The Dumbledore family was shattered. But Percival, her father, refused to let the attack go unpunished. He hunted down the 3 Muggle boys who had hurt his daughter. He attacked them severely. The Ministry of Magic arrested him and sentenced him to life in Azkaban. Percival never revealed why he had attacked the boys. He took the secret to his grave. He knew that if Ariana's condition became known, she would be locked away forever in St. Mungo's hospital for magical maladies and injuries. So he said nothing, sacrificed everything, and rotted in a cell for the rest of his life. Part 4. The House of Shadows. With Percival in Azkaban, Kendra Dumbledore became the sole protector of the family. She made a decision that would define the rest of her life. She would hide Ariana from the world. The family moved from Mold on the Wold to the quiet village of Godric's Hollow. They settled into a modest cottage at the edge of town. And there, behind closed doors and drawn curtains, Ariana lived in secret. Neighbors barely knew she existed. Kendra told people that Ariana was unwell and not fit for visitors. The truth was far darker. Ariana was a ticking time bomb. One moment she could be calm, sweet, and harmless. The next, her eyes would go blank, the air would crackle, and furniture would explode across the room. Only one person could truly calm her, her brother Aberforth. He sat with her for hours, feeding goats and whispering softly. He was her anchor. Albus loved his sister, but felt trapped. He was brilliant and ambitious, yet stuck caring for a broken sister while his friends traveled the world. Resentment grew in his heart. Part 5. The Death of Kendra Dumbledore. The year was 1899. Ariana was 14 years old. On that fateful day, Aberforth was away from home. Ariana, for reasons unknown, fell into a violent fit. The magic within her surged and exploded with terrifying force. When the dust settled, Kendra Dumbledore lay dead. The family never spoke of exactly what happened, but the official story was that Kendra died in a magical accident. The truth was far more horrible. Ariana, the sweet girl they had tried so hard to protect, had accidentally killed her own mother. Now, with his father in Azkaban and his mother dead, Albus became the head of the family. His dreams of traveling the world with his friend Elphia's Doge were shattered. He cancelled his plans, buried his ambitions, and returned to Godric's Hollow to care for his damaged sister. He was 21 years old, a genius without a stage, a hero without a quest. And he was angry. Part 6. The Devil in Disguise. Just as Albus felt most trapped, Gellert Grindelwald arrived in Godric's Hollow. He was brilliant, charming, and dangerously dark. He shared Albus's dreams of power and reshaping the world for the greater good. The two became inseparable. They made a blood pact, swearing never to fight each other. But Aberforth saw the truth. He heard whispers of abandoning Ariana, of dragging her along on a quest for world domination. His blood boiled. Part 7. The Duel. One night, Aberforth confronted them. Words turned to shouts. Shouts turned to raised wands. A three-way duel erupted between Albus, Aberforth, and Grindelwald in the tiny cottage. Spells flew like lightning. Walls cracked. The noise was deafening. Ariana heard the chaos from upstairs. Terrified, she stumbled down the stairs, her magic writhing inside her. She ran toward her brothers, perhaps to help, perhaps to make it stop. A stray curse struck her. Green light filled the room. Then silence. Ariana Dumbledore, aged 14, fell to the floor. She did not rise. Part 8. The Unanswered Question. None of them ever knew who cast the killing curse, Albus, Aberforth, or Grindelwald. The question was too terrible to answer. Grindelwald fled that night. Their friendship was over. At Ariana's funeral, Aberforth punched his brother, breaking his nose, and screamed, "This is your fault. You brought him here. You killed her." Ariana was buried next to her mother. Albus chose the epitaph, "Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." Part 9. The Haunting. Ariana's death was the deepest wound of Albus Dumbledore's life. It never healed. The guilt. When Albus drank the potion in the cave, he was tortured by visions of Ariana begging for help. He died carrying that guilt. Refusal of power. This tragedy was why Dumbledore never became Minister for Magic. He knew the seduction of power had cost him his sister. The Mirror of Erist. Dumbledore claimed he saw socks. In truth, he saw his family whole again, with Ariana using magic freely, without pain. Aberforth's grudge. Aberforth never forgave his brother. He kept a portrait of Ariana in his rooms at the Hogshead Inn and never stopped mourning her. If you enjoyed this video, a like would mean the world to me.